Today we're going to talk about the financial aid process of verification. What is verification? Verification is the process of checking the accuracy of the information you provided on the FAFSA. Why was your FAFSA selected? A student can be selected for verification in different ways. Through a random process by the Department of Education. The Department of Education can select the FAFSA for verification if there appear to be inconsistent information. The school can select the FAFSA, or if the student requests a special circumstance review. How do I know what to send in or to check my status? The first thing you need to do is log in to the Tiffin University financial aid system. Once logged in, click on Menu at the top of the screen. Then click on Required Documents. If something says Not Received, you will need to complete it. This is what the page looks like when you need to see required documents. The required documents are in blue, and you can click on it to download any verification worksheets or to find out more information. You can also submit documents to us by uploading them. Click on Upload It Now and follow the steps. On the verification worksheet, Step 1 is the student information. Please place the name, student social, student ID, address, phone number, and email. Step 2 is family information. Are you the student a dependent student or an independent student? On Step 3, list yourself and all the people in your household. Only list the people in the household if your parent supplies 50% or more support for them. Example, you may have a grandparent living with you, but your parents do not support your grandparent more than 50%, so do not list your grandparent. Step 4, student or student spouse tax filing information. You will check box 1 if the student filed their taxes and used the IRS data retrieval tool on the FAFSA. Check box 2 if the student didn't use the IRS data retrieval tool on the FAFSA and is sending in their signed tax return to the financial aid office. Check box 3 if the student was unemployed and had no income earned from work. If the student is an independent student, the student will need to submit a verification of non-filing statement, which is on a different form found here. Check box 4 if the student was employed and did not file a tax return. List the employers and the amount made at each employer. You will need to submit signed copies of the student's W-2s if you check this box. Step 5, parent or spouse tax filing information. Check box 1 if the parent or spouse filed their taxes and used the IRS data retrieval tool on the FAFSA. Check box 2 if the parent or spouse did not use the IRS data retrieval tool on the FAFSA and are going to send in their signed tax returns to the financial aid office. Check the third box if the parent or spouse was unemployed and had no income earned from work. The parent will need to submit a verification of non-filing statement, which is on a different form found here. Check box 4 if the parent or spouse was employed and did not file a tax return. List the employers and the amount made at each employer. You will need to submit signed copies of the parent or spouse's W-2s. Lastly, step 6, both parent and student need to sign and date Here's the checklist to submit. Make sure to submit the verification worksheet. Be sure that you're submitting the correct worksheet for the correct year. Turn all documents in along with the verification worksheet. You may need to submit tax returns. Make sure they are signed. W-2s, make sure they are signed. And if you need to submit a verification of non-filing statement. There are several ways you can turn these items in. You can submit them to us by mail. You can email it to us at finaid@tiffin.edu. Or you can upload your documents through the financial aid award system at finaid.tiffin.edu.